So, basically, this is my old job. Just also that sound that you heard was my hats falling down. But yes, this was essentially my old job. Um, I used to be a railroad conductor. Uh, I loved it, but I loved seeing my kid more. Um, so I don't know if I want to kind of get into the campaign, and I kind of think I want to, just so I can remember because I also have not played in like a fat minute. So we need a railroad name. Oh yeah, I remember my old. I'm not going to use my old companies because, yeah, just no. Um, but be called the GCR. We want to do company, bring your railroad back to life in the wake of a flood, manage your trains, monies, and customers. Name your save. I will call it YouTube underscore. Okay, we'll do that. So we'll hit start and we'll see. I tried to play this game with a buddy of mine and it worked. It's just at the time that my Wi-Fi was like not having it and his computer was having a hard time running it. Now I think that we've had some things ironed out, so yeah. So these are steam engines and very early diesels. um, nothing like the 4014 or anything from Union. See, I was on the East Coast though, so I worked, a lot with interchanging with CSX at major terminals and whatnot. Okay, perfect, cool. The tutorial. The following chapters will walk you through running your railroad from engine operations to moving around to running freight and passenger service. I don't believe in passenger service. I don't. The government is the only reason why Amtrak is still around. Railroad was the first real way to move anybody, but I mean, like, okay, cool. After the flood, you know what? I want to try to, yeah. Can we open the tutorial by using the tutorial button in the upper right corner? There should be a tutorial. Okay, close. Oh wait, if I hover, engine roster, equipment purchases, place, preferences, tutorial. Okay. Wow. It's been a fat minute since I've been in this game. These switch stands, I've actually used a couple of these. I mean, I've actually used a few, but they were out in, like, our rip track areas, like, places that we just didn't touch. Alright, I got a couple of passenger cars over there, but I don't really want to mess with them. Can I zoom out? Oh, I can change my field of view. Well, that's nice. I wish I could do that in real life, but hey, what the hell. Okay, I have a feeling that I'm going to want to grab probably some coal and water first, so I'm going to move the points, so we'll throw the switch, which means red, stop on this. That means that you are not going straight. In fact, you would be going to the left. And you could also check, like, your points where they align right here and right here. So my rule of thumb was always watch your right. It was such a terrible rule of thumb at the time, but then I've learned very quickly it was always watch your right. So if we're coming down and you see something like a track veer off to the left, look at the right of the track. And now, of course, if you're coming down and something's coming off to the left, you want to look at, but still, always watch your right. And then, of course, always watch your left applies if the track is going off to the left, too. So, well, actually, still. Always watch your right. Okay, he's straight through, and this is open, which means that he will automatically come this way. Sounds good. Alright, so let's go ahead and do a brief inspection. I can hear the dynamo. What was it? Control click? We want to select... Wait, is that ops? Train crews. No, equipment. Not set. Repair destination. Sell destination car. I just want to select it. Okay. Let's go ahead and check handbrakes, check normal brakes, check normal brake operations, blah, 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 blah. Make sure that the locomotive is in pretty good working and processing order and ready for any sort of departures and or deliveries that we might have as well. So normally we would do according to like G-Corps. And I actually still have my rule book like right next to me. So this was our rule book according to the FRA, the Federal Railroad Administration, and it was a thick rule book. Now most of it was safety rules, applies to trainmen. So what were these? I think these were just safety rules. Yeah, and it was like the policy. So let's see here. So we have G-Corps General. So G-Corps, it's actually spelled G-C-O-R. It's General Code of Operating Rules. This is an old one. It's my 8th edition. I still believe it might be current, but I have not been handed out a new one yet. But also at the same time, I don't work for the friggin' railroad, so it doesn't matter to me. So in here, it'll actually, these are like the actual legitimate rules. So one of my all-time favorite rules with my best friend was Rule 1.11.1, and it was napping. One crew member must be awake at all times. Basically, napping is permitted by train crews with following conditions, of course. And then, of course, we had something that was called ABATH, Air Brake and Train Handling Rules. And basically, this taught you how to do a 5 car to a 25 car, or not a 25, a 15 car. You could do brake pipe leakage tests. Let's see, air brake test using end of train telemetry device, charging the air brake systems, pipe brake. So it was a bunch of other stuff that we learned. So I do have this rule book actually like right next to me in case I do need to reference a rule of operations, because I don't know, or I think we're going into signal territory. Pretty sure. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's go ahead and just continue doing this. So, yes, those are called angle cocks. But that's just to kind of get our airflow through. Looks like coupler is been opened up, release valve and pin is not been dropped. Okay, so what do we got for tanker? 4.5 tons worth of coal, 3,000 gallons worth of water, and track looks clear along with the bumper stocks. Wheels look pretty good along with the brake shoes. So, what I want to do is you might learn something right here. Right here, it's an oiling point. But right here, these are brake shoes on the locomotives. So with a steam engine, you can tell very, very, very quickly, right off the bat, is this a passenger steam engine or a freight steam engine? Passenger steam engines, the wheels are bigger. Freight, they're smaller, because the smaller wheels gave you a lot more torque, but the bigger wheels gave you more speed. So, what is this? This needs to get picked up either way. Okay, so coupler angle cock is still shut on that. Alright, so you can see how the train brake was set at 90 psi. Passengers run at 110 pounds per square inch. Now, in order for the brakes to release, air has to be applied. The air brake system has to have a constant 90 psi throughout the entire train. The longer the train, the longer it takes to charge up, honestly. And the reason why it needs a constant pressure, if anything was to happen or to break, brakes automatically apply. It takes forever, but they automatically apply. Nothing electrical, nothing that can possibly hurt it. No matter what happens, the brakes will always apply. We have, unfortunately, learned the hard way. These rules were written for a reason. It's because incidents happen. So, train brakes are currently at 90 psi. And you can see right here, as soon as I That's it. It's opened. And then you can watch this number right here. It'll build up very quickly because I don't have anything connected. But once it builds, you'll see the brake shoe right here move. So it moved. Oh, damn it, I dumped it on accident. Okay, and then you can see right here, like, locomotive tender, and then, yeah, and then I have my independent brakes, which they need air pressure to actually move. Control mode, road, yard, 8U, waypoint. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. How do I get back to first person view? I want simplified controls. Alright, you know what? Okay, so there was a couple things that I needed to check out, but since I don't know Steam all that well, man, I really cannot figure out how to change view. Okay, controls. Camera movement, first person character camera. There we go. Alright, perfect. So let's go ahead and climb aboard. And actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna sit up on front of the platform. Perfect. Okay, and running lights need to be on at all times. Alright, so let's go ahead and give a brief whistle, letting them know that we're going to go ahead and go forward and pull right over there. Move that reverser to forward 100%. Let's go ahead and crack that throttle. And I'll go ahead and jump off of her. So basically she could be a remote control, so that way you can still play single player without having anybody in here. But if you really, really, really wanted to, you can climb up on here, climb into the engineer's seat, and hang your head out the window. Hold on, let me open up this window right here. And I'm going to open up the hatch too. Alright. So we're going to have her come all the way over here, and I know what I'm doing is not necessarily running correctly through the train, because you're supposed to give clearance and all this and that, and I just don't care. Still going 6 miles per. And let's go ahead and bring that to a neutral. And actually, the funny thing too, that steel that you hear screeching is not brakes. That is just how I'm gonna give it 20 on the independent just to keep the locomotive in place. And then there's 1,000 pounds of coal in here. I need to, I'm gonna have to come up here and pull this lever. And probably open up the box. Oh, that's my water box. Oh, do I need to back you up a smidbit? There we go, we'll lower the chute. Knock off the independence. Just keep bumping her. And smack the independent. And there we go. Now we got coal falling in here. 4.7 tons. That should give me 5 tons. Okay, perfect. And we'll go ahead and raise that. Get that thing out of our way. And then I'm going to end up having to go back over here too. So here we go. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good at my job. I I remember. I used to be good at something. Yeah, I still have the rulebook like sitting in my lap too. I find it freaking hilarious. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and rotate that thing out of the way. Go ahead and stow it. We need to get this locomotive out of here. So I need to bring her forward. First is at force, independent knocking off. Crack that throttle. Until she starts getting some speed. Yeah, I'm not trying to burn a lot of fuel right now either. Yeah, so we're going to use this track right here. So I need him to come clear of these points by 50 feet. And then once that locomotive is cleared by 50 feet, I can go ahead and stop it and do that. But most of the time, trains just kind of roll. We actually don't use throttle a lot. Once we're moving, we just turn it off and kind of wait. And to be clear. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and do switchback. And I think I might need to ride this thing in on the point. I have a strange feeling that those tracks are probably also not aligned, and I completely forgot to align them. But I'm going to have to go ahead and apply the brake now, and I'll be right back. So sorry about that. Freaking the kiddo really, he's having a rough night. Sadly. Okay, let's see where we are. All right. Let's go ahead and get this thing bumped and moving again. I don't want to cause wheel spin though. I also need to put my phone on silent too. Oh, it looks like that track is aligned for me. So, there should have thought about the grade. Let's go ahead and slow this down a smibbage. And then I want to stop it right about here. And then hold on, I'm also answering back somebody. Okay, now we need to figure out what happened. How did I teleport? I don't know how to teleport. How the... I don't want to be in here. What? How did I get over here? This is not where I want to be. I would very much like to go back to my engine, please. Alright, there's teleport, I think. Control T, teleport to mouse position, works in 3D and map view. Well, that'd be nice. Okay, Control T. So maybe if I bring up my map. There we go. So this is Bryson. These are gotta be watering towers, I assume. So that's Bryson. Where was I? I don't have any business being over here at Bryson Yard. And I was over there at the East Woodacre Exchange, so this should teleport me back over there. Beautiful. Okay. Alright, I tried. Dispatch panel, teleport, jump. Okay, hold on. No, there was a... Shift R pushes or reloads cars under the mouse. Oh. Places fusees on the track. Oh, well. Oh. Wait, was it Shift R? That control does not seem to be working. Was it Shift R? Selected engine. Shift R. Must be standing on the ground and first person hit repeatedly to gradually reload. Maybe I need to... There we go. Get that hooked back up. And then get... This thing does not want to re-rail, apparently. Don't you tell me too far away. Okay, cool. So... This is all hooked up. So let's go ahead and knock off the independent. Throw on that reverser. Corrector throttle. Mostly coupling, we don't like to do more than 5 miles per. I always like to gauge at a good 3. Half car. Alright, that'll do. Alright. Easy stretch. Alright, looks like good stretch. So we'll go ahead and reapply the independent, and I'm going to ask for 3-zone protection or red zone protection. So normally what that meant was that the independent, or at least the train brake, was applied. That the reverser was in neutral, the throttle was set to 0, and that the reverser was pulled out. But that was just on diesels, usually the reverser handle. So we'd ask for 3-step protection, and we would only place one rail in, or one leg in, one leg out, if that, and you know, so that way we could connect the glad hands, and then I can open this one all the way, and what I want to do is crack it, and then wait. Actually, no, because that's the independent. Oh, yeah, I still want the independent, but I want the train. Actually, I don't think I'm going to get air brakes running through this. I mean, I can try. Oh. Was no handbrakes on these? Release handbrake. Oh, it's multi-unit. There we go. And it's a cutout. Alright, cool. So that means that that's all good. Alright, and it does look like that means that there is air pressure getting back there. So that means I'll go ahead and open that angle cock all the way. And we're going to push her into that little yard right there. So I need to get on engine 2. And I was, so like, I was on, like, my engine number was always 303. Like, that was just, like, my locomotive that I was assigned to. Alright, so let's go ahead, bump it forward, knock off that independent and the train brake. And we'll go ahead and pull her out nice and gentle. Alrighty, so it looks like she's a little happy with herself. Then I'll go ahead and ride on the tail end of this. I want to, that way I can straighten these tracks back out. Oh, there's my switch. I want him to clear the switch points before I throw the switch itself. Perfect. It looks like I'm going to end up stalling the train out up there, but don't spin the wheels. I might need to put sand down. I don't think I gained enough speed. I also don't want to over throttle it because I don't want to spin the wheels. Man, I really could I should have gained some speed. Hold on. This poor thing. Yeah, there she goes. I figured she was gonna roll backwards. Okay, well, shoot. If that's gonna be the case, I'm gonna have to rethrow the switch. Just have her back it on down, nice and easy. Alright, so now we'll try again, and this time with a much better run-up. I don't want to give it any more than 50%. So let's try this again. Hopefully that'll work. And then I'll have her come down here, and it looks like some of these freight cars need a pull-in. The question is, where do I want to bring those? Hey, look at that. Looks like he got up that hill just fine. So let's go ahead and knock back off that throttle. It can kind of go down there. It's about as far as they want. And then I'll give him a 10 on the reduction. I'm very curious to know, because I'm going to run down here and switch the points, and since I already know what is going on with my locomotives. Alright, and I want to put her into number... I want to put her actually right in here. So it'll take her a while to get over here. And then when she does, I can flip the switch back for what is considered normal operations, or straight line. Come on. Let you roll on by. Trying to give her another bump. Park her right freaking here. And then I need to, frankly, pick up all of these cars. I have a lot of cars that I need to pick up. See, what I want to know is if there's a runaround that I could use, or a Y. I don't think so. I might be able to do it in this yard, though. Bring all those back. What is that? That's coal? Oh, I know where I need to go put that. Alright. Keep her coming. That'll do. Okay, so what we're going to do is apply the handbrake on this thing. Apply the handbrake on this thing. And then my favorite freaking part of all time, close off that ankle cock, open up that leveler. Now, in real life, we never ever touch those. They're designed to do something specific. I find it really funny that not a lot of truckers know that glad hands are kind of designed to do this, but also at the same time don't do this with a semi. Alright, let's crack it. Just like that. That is exactly what happens in real life. We let them go. Whatever they want to do. Alright, so I need to select. Oh shoot, maybe need to inspect it. Equipment, operations, repair destination. Okay. Excuse me. Perfect. So what I want to do with her is take this, we're going to roll it on down, and I need to know what's going on with these right here. It's repair parts. Don't want to bleed it. Need to inspect it. The wooden box car, brake line, blah, 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 handle, released. That needs to be applied at all times. Overhaul doing 2,500 miles. Ops actions. Load. Way bill will be assigned here. Location of loads car. Buy via Eastwood. Alright, I'll select it as none, and then what is this, still my tutorial? There. Yep, I already know how to do switching movements. Oh, apparently that's really view. Select the overhead 2 with BAM. Walk to the engine. Nope, we're not doing that. Close it. Okay, so I do need to come up with switch list. Okay, destinations. Join or create a train crew to add cars. Well, I definitely need to inspect ops, train crews, none. I need to create a train crew. Preferences. What is this? It's console, company window, crews. I need to create a train crew. Yard 303. Alright, perfect. Assign equipment to a crew using the operator tab. Assign equipment to a crew. Oh, yes, okay, and then my train crew is with Yard 303. Perfect. Good. Okay. I need to see what's going on with this coal car back here and where it's going. I also need to figure out where this is supposed to go. Automatic waybills. I think this is supposed to just sit right here. 15 tons of repair part. It's got to be for the. You know what's funny? I bet because I love these features. Empty. 15 tons of repair parts, my butt. I am not grabbing a passenger car. No way. No freaking way. Okay, inspect, right? Then this should tell me where it needs to go. Unload coal. Perfect. Oh, wait, and then. See. Add cars and select the train. Circle location, circle. How do I add cars to my switch list? What is this? Wait, copies automatically bills assigned to compound cars. On switch list. Pending delivery. interchange. That's where this needs to go, is to the interchange. Okay, cool. So, can I assign this to yard 303 as well? Alright, so basically, I need to pick him up. I don't want to pick this up though. We need to pick him up, this car up first, go dump out the coal. Actually, I kind of want to go check out those other cars and see what's going on with those. These logging cars over here. So I think I'm gonna hop on board. I'm like, come on, we got places to go, my guy. Let's kick the pig here. So there's no freight cars down there. You know what I do think I can do? If I can get down there, I can actually pull all those. Oh, I forgot to flip that switch. Oh well. What? I can pull them all out here, drive to the front, pull them back. Yeah, that only works if I have two S's. I don't have two crossovers. I'm usually really good at this. I can't figure out why I cannot figure this out. Yeah, I'll throw switches from right here. Ten cars. 10 cars copy. Five to go. Correction, 6 to go. Alright, 5 to go. Two to a joint. One. Knock it off. Beautiful. See, all we do is open up that. And I'm slow to open up that. Make sure I am getting air all the way across. I need to inspect. Ups, unload, load. Load at Collins Creek L1, L2, L3. Okay, well, here's Collins Creek, or no, here's the map. Conley. 1, 2, or 3. I don't know where they need them. I guess we'll just take it over to 1 and put it on the switch list. Pending delivery. She needs to get out to Conley anyways. I mean, I don't mind going for a little trip. I don't know. I'm kind of curious. Yeah, let's go ahead. Now we gotta wait for the train brakes. Easy stretch. Now we move in. just trying to get up to one of these little splits. Take it nice and easy through the joint, or through the curve here. Don't want to go too fast. Alright, so I'm gonna... And then this will just go straight. So this is where I get off. Make sure that he can pull out all these freight cards without some sort of issue. Alright, so that was great car 4000, 4001, perfect, cool. I love hearing the sounds. So the sound effects in this game are like really good. How many is there? 7? That's not terrible. I just don't know where the heck I'm gonna end up hanging on to this thing. Oh, I missed it completely. Alright, hold up. Get back here. Come on, get back up there. Alright, so we're gonna go forward, throttle. Nice and gentle. Now I'm not supposed to be riding up here like ever, but at the same time, I say screw that. Let's go on a trip. Looks like there's a little Y. And that will take me over calmly, so I'm still within yard limits, I want to say, so we can go 15 miles per. That shouldn't be bothering me all that bad. I'll go about 10. Until we can hit some better speeds. It's a really pretty game though. Don't like this. This is milepost 57, and it does look like this will be the end of the yard for me. Is there a road over here? Is this another track? This is a road. Well, I don't use roads. I am stuck to the metal. Come on, let's get this freaking pig out of here. She probably will spin in. Actually, they don't really do that. I think I figured out. Oh, wait, actually, I want to be on this side. Haha, just kidding. will clear. And I kind of don't want him to slow down on speed. Ooh, there we go. Alright, so now that we're on mainline, and we're about to have our mainline fun, I need to go to the left. Ha 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 ha. Just kidding. I don't get to... I'm not on the mainline even close to long enough for that to matter. But this is definitely a hill, so I need all the speed I can get while I'm still on flat ground. Well, before the locomotive itself decides to get a... And there is, of course, always a proper way to go through a railroad crossing. 2 long, 1 short, 1 long. No matter how many times you got to keep going through that crossing, no matter what. If that's what it takes, that's what it takes. Perfect, Conley Creek. There we go. Yeah, wow, we lost a lot of speed coming up that freaking hill. Alright, let's go ahead and... Yeah, so now I got a ways to travel before I hit actual Conley, so should be okay with that. And the closer to middle you get with the reverser, the faster the locomotive will actually go. I'm not looking for speed, I'm looking for power. But if I got 20 miles an hour, I got 20 miles an hour. So in retrospect, that's like your power, then this is your speed. I won't go faster than 2.5. Sounds like this locomotive is kind of singing her praises a smibbage. She seems to be enjoying herself. And then we just cut throttle like that. And then I'll just coast. Unless I'm on an uphill grade. I wish it would tell me if there was a grade or whatnot. I think there is. Yeah, it definitely feels like one for sure. And then if this ends up being a downhill right around here, I can just easily cut power, but I gotta wait for majority of the cars to get over it for weight to actually start transferring. I am slowing down for sure. Good thing too, I suppose, since I just entered yard limits. Or maybe. I don't know. I don't know where these need to go yet. Hold on. Copy, automatic waybill. That's what I want. Wait. Oh my goodness, is that it? And I just went right by her? I don't think so. That's what I'm trying to say. Is that I don't think that's gonna work. Alright. Well, I have to fit 7 cars into here. So shoot. Because I came in off this line, so I need to back up. Alright, independent off, train brake off. Bring me my precious. And then once the last car. Oh yeah. That's a good old-fashioned bus stop sighting if I've ever seen one right here. Oh, here she comes. Oh, I thought I had that flipped the right way. I don't know. I'm gonna see what I can do. But it can't be no faster than this. Alright. Shoot, I'm worried though. I'm very worried that the whole thing ain't gonna fit. I mean, if I can get it to fit, that'd be great. See that, or I end up just dropping off a couple cars here and then dropping off a couple cars here on this spur. There is no way that all these cars are gonna fit. I'm just glad these aren't like intermodals, because intermodals were 3 cars that were basically a car, and each car was roughly about 50 feet. At least that's what the standard boxcar length was. Hold on. I know. Let me bump her. Like, I need to maximize every potential. Perfect. So, technically right here. I'm gonna have to put the rest of these into that. Beautiful. Alright, bring her on to me. That's a full car secure bit. Bam, FRA shall be proud of me now. And I really, you know, part of me, I ain't gonna freaking lie, kind of just wants to, I want to see if you can kick cars in this game. I don't know if you can, but I personally would love to see if you can kick cars in this game. I bet you could. Because if I do that, throttle it, and then slam on my independent, yeah, you could kick cars. I remember kicking cars. Because then that bumper would just, hey, wow. Cool. And then what we would do, let all the air bleed out of them. Then I'll go ahead and apply these handbrakes too. I want to inspect something. Repair time, 1 minute ops. Okay, what if I need to pull these, put them over here, move these, put them over here. That's what I'm gathering. I should not have grabbed everything all at once. Oh wait, hold on, return to game. Press 1, wrong button. Okay, so come here. Oh my goodness. I'm also very tired myself. So I think I'm just going to stop right here while I still can and just go ahead and head to bed. But thank you so much for checking in, and hope you enjoyed what you've seen so far, and then hopefully we can dive into the game a little bit more. But this might be something that I have to play, record, edit, and then post. So yeah, anyways, thank you for so much to all the new subscribers. Thank you for the continuous supporters that have come back. All the new viewers, thank you so much for everything. Y'all's support, the views, the likes, anything and everything means the world to me. So thank you. And I hope that y'all have a great rest of your day. Alright, bye.